I'm Becca and I'm here with Cheryl today. Today we're going to be going over GroovePages and GrooveFunnels within the Groove platform. So just taking you on a little tour. And before we get started and before I hand it over to Cheryl, again, we're just going to take a moment to get present, connect, kind of slow down and be able to receive any of the information, releasing any possibility of overwhelm that technology can sometimes bring. Okay, so go ahead and feel your feet on the floor, your body against your chair, and bring your attention to your breath. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling slowly through your mouth. And as you continue to inhale and exhale, bring your attention to the base of your spine and the bottoms of your feet, and simply breathe. And if at any point it feels like there's a lot of information coming in, bring your attention back to your breath and the base of your spine and simply breathe and get centered back. Okay, and when you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes. Coming back. Thank you, Cheryl. Hand it off to you.
Great. Thank you for doing that. It always settles me down a little bit. As often as I do this, I still get a little bit all excited when I'm doing a presentation, so it's good to get a little grounded before we start, so thank you. So anyway, I'm so glad that we're back here doing this today, and looking forward to sharing more with you about the Groove platform. And we're going to basically be doing the same format that we did the other day, where I kind of talk about groovy things. And then after showing you around Groove a little bit, we'll open it up to questions and answers. And we're going to try to keep this session to about 30 minutes or less, just so we don't get overwhelmed with all of the information. And so the information I am going to be sharing with you today about GroovePages and GrooveFunnels isn't going to be any of the technical information on how to actually do the setting up of your account. It's going to be more of an overview so you know what we can expect moving forward. So we're going to jump right in, and I'm going to share my screen. So let me do that. And just let me know, give a shout out. If you can't see my screen, you should be looking at the Facebook page right now. I'm going to close that off and open up the Groove dashboard. So hopefully that's what you're seeing. And we're going to dive right in. So during our first session, I had told you about the fact that there are only 5 steps that you really need to take to get whatever your product or service out there into the world. Only 5 steps. And that we call this the offer. And I mentioned that after you know what your offer is, you need to find a place for that offer to live. Well, we're using Groove Digital as a place for our offer to live. But more specifically, that offer is going to be built on GroovePages. But before we show you GroovePages, I wanted to briefly show you the Groove dashboard in general. So regardless of whether you have a free account or a paid account, this is what you're going to see when you log into Groove. So I want to take a moment and go over the general layout of it so you know what you're looking at. So when we're here, as soon as you log in, and no, by the way, this is actually a free account. It belongs to my niece, Ashley, and she gave us permission to use it so you can see what's in the free account. And so if there's any limitation shown on what is offered within the free account, I will tell you what's available in the paid account as well, so you know both, okay? So again, the first thing that you come to is you're going to come to this page and you're going to see this. And there's several ways that you can navigate to the different applications that are within the Groove platform. Today, we're going to be working in GroovePages over here, all right? But there's multiple ways to get there. These quick links up on top that you're looking at are the applications that a normal business, a typical business, would normally use. So they gave us quick links to get to those. Now, the other way is to hover over this G up here, and you can see all of the different apps. And all you have to do is click on any of those to get there as well. And then over across the top, over here, if you come to these 4 little radio buttons, that also is a way that you can navigate to all the different things. On this over here, they also give you the link to the mobile app. And the mobile app is if you want to work in the Groove dashboard off of your cell phone or off of an iPad. It will be a lot easier to do the work in the app versus trying to go to like Safari or Chrome and then, logging in. So those are the different ways you can navigate to the different applications. But also over here, whenever you see a home button, that home button is going to be to bring you to the home dashboard of whichever application you're in at the time. Right now, because we're in the entire Groove application, it would bring us to this page. Now down here is a marketplace. There's an app store. There's services that Groove offers. There's events and workshops that they offer. This is where you can get that app, that app for your phone. And also this is where you can access API information. All of this is stuff that we're not going to worry about now because we don't need to know about it right now. So just be aware that it's there, and when you open an account with Groove, you can go in there and snoop around a little bit. But these are the different places that when you have a program to offer, you could put your work out there for other people to either purchase or become an affiliate of. So then down here, the only thing you really need to know about down here is this is where the academy is located, and the actual academy is going to have a separate login, but that academy is going to have stuff back from day 1 of training. So if you go in that academy, you'll even find my training that I did for Groove 2+ years ago in there. And so you don't need all of that information from way back when because the software has changed. So for the most current information, what you can do is click on tutorials instead. And here they've been adding more tutorials as they get them done. So say you wanted to know more about GroovePages and the page builder specifically, you can click on it and it will give you some little tutorials on on what you're working on at the time. But of course, if you're doing Groove through Becca and myself, you're getting that 5-week workshop that we're going to be delving into everything together step by step. But I wanted you to know that it's there. Now, the rest of the navigation along the top over here, this little button here, this little life ring is where you can get help. This little bell here is where they are updating everybody on major updates to the system. So if you're looking to see if something new has come out that you're waiting for, you can come here to see if there's an announcement that it's been done. And then the last little area over here is your little image where you have your integrations. And because most of you are going to be using and starting from scratch here, you'll be using their mail and Groove member and everything else. So you won't have a lot of the outside integrations that someone like I have, that I already have stuff existing elsewhere and I'm trying to pull it into Groove. But it is where you'll go to hook up your PayPal account and your Stripe account if you have a Stripe account as well. And it's where you get all of the information about your account. Okay, so that's the general navigation. And let me get rid of this little help thing. And it's also where you're going to find all of your analytics as information starts coming in. This is where you're going to know what's going on with your business. And this is another really cool little thing that they have, because this kind of analytics isn't normally available in one place. You'd have to go to each separate app to get your analytics and then try to tie the information together. So it's kind of exciting that they have it all right here for you to see. Now, for example, I'm not going to go into a lot of it because it is my niece's account and I don't want to give you, a lot of her information. But I know that she made it. I asked her if I could share this too. I know she made a sale not too long ago, and it was a painting that she sold for $600. So here is that information. All right. So you can go from today, 7 days, 14 days to the month, and you'll get that statistical information when you're ready for it to know how your business is functioning, which is really good. Okay. So that's the general overview of the main Groove dashboard. Now, every single one of these, because they are separate applications, also have their own dashboard. So we're going to navigate over to GroovePages. And again, this is where your offer is going to live. So once you're in here, if you have a brand new account, you're only going to see this little white window, and it will say you can create 3 more sites. Because Ash already, has started building her site, it shows that she has 2 more available. If you have a paid account, you can do unlimited websites. And there's only one thing I want to say about this. You may be saying, I'm only one person. I only need 1 website. True, but not true. Because say you're one person like I am, all right, and my LLC is 4 Winds of Change. And so say I create this website under my company name, 4 Winds of Change. But now I'm offering several different digital courses. If I'm on one website, it can get very unruly very fast. So because I do have a paid account, what I'm starting to do within Groove is I'm pulling over my courses to Groove, and I'm creating a separate website for each course. That way, I know that that particular website only has the information that I want people to see because it's relevant to that course. I hope that makes sense, but it keeps things a lot more organized for you, and it keeps the customer experience better for your clients. So what we're going to do now is we're going to log in so you can see the actual dashboard for GroovePages. So let me open up Ash's site. And sometimes it takes a little while when you're recording like we are. So there it is now. Ashley has chosen to use her front area here as a basic website. And so this is her basic website. She's giving just basic information, all right, and her featured art, and then her different things that she's offering, her art lessons and all of that fun stuff. So most of you that are going to be joining us for the workshop are just getting started in Groove. So you're going to have to make that decision about, are you going to build out your website first, or are you going to get up and running quickly and just do your offer first? So this is the first decision that you would make, and I'm going to be making recommendations, and I'm going to recommend to you exactly what I recommended to Ashley, is that she keeps this initial part here, all right, as where she builds her website. And some of this is probably not going to make total sense to you right now, but when we start working together, it will. But within GroovePages, what's really cool again is they give you the opportunity to keep your website in one place and then all of your offers in a filing cabinet. And that filing cabinet is called GrooveFunnels. So here, what's going to happen here is that this is where you're going to do everything that you think website. All right, your index page, which is your home page, and that's what I showed you before for Ash. It's where all of your legal documents are going to live, your terms of use, your privacy policy. This legal page is called legal when it's additional stuff that you may have to do because of what you're selling. That changes business to business. But privacy policy and terms of use are minimum pages that you should have so you meet, at least here in the States, FTC regulations. Okay, so that's where all of this will live. But now when it comes to talking about your offers, when you have one offer, you could very easily put it in this main area and it would be okay. But I don't recommend that you do that because at some point you're probably going to have an additional offer. And it could get very unruly because each offer needs a main page or an offer page, a sales page, whatever terminology you want to use. But it also needs a unique thank you page. It may warrant a gift certificate card, like a gift card page. And it's going to have different things that you need for that, a different schedule. If you're like you have a coaching funnel and you want people to come on and schedule it to be able to pick out your session times. So each offer is going to have different needs. So what makes Groove so cool is that they do have GrooveFunnels built right in. So once you go over to GrooveFunnels, you're going to see that it acts like a filing cabinet. So right now, Ash has a whole bunch of these different funnels only because I created a bunch for her to show her how she could use them as templates. But you create these yourselves. And so one of the funnels that we put Ash's people through is the children's art lessons. And another one is where she sells her original artwork. And each one of these, when you click on them, you can see that they have specific pages to them. All right, so this is the landing page for children's art lessons, and it is completely different than the offer page for her original artwork. And so because GrooveFunnels allows you to keep them separate, it makes it really easy for you to keep track of things. So again, I want you to start thinking of GrooveFunnels as a filing cabinet for your offers, where each drawer of that filing cabinet will hold each individual file that is relevant to that offer. So this is your offer page. This is your thank you page for that particular offer. This main marsh part, I'll show you in a minute. That's actually something that we utilized pop-ups for. Actually, since I'm talking about it, let me show that to you. It's a way to keep your pages really clean. On her original artwork over here that she wants to sell, this is her offer page. And we tell people click on each painting for details. And the reason why we do that is if we didn't create a pop-up, which is click on this, that's the pop-up, that's where it gives the details for that painting and it gives the price. And then you click on this and it continues down your funnel. It brings them to your shopping cart and starts that whole process, and you gather the address and everything else that you need to deliver your product or offer. If we didn't do it this way, this entire page would be filled up with pay buttons and all kinds of additional information that, again, doesn't give the best customer experience. And so by doing it this way, it does allow you to have a very clean offer page. And so it just makes it very easy. But that also, if you're creating one of these for each separate thing here, in the main area, it could get very confusing. So by you keeping it in as part of that funnel, it just makes it very easy. So again, all of your different funnels are drawers of a filing cabinet. And that's what is so beautiful about the way that they have this set up. Now, the other thing I wanted to show you really briefly is how easy it is to set up a page, whether it's on your official website or if it's in one of your funnels. All you would have to do is click on the plus button, and they have a whole bunch of templates available to you. Now, a lot of these templates are only available in the paid accounts, but they do have a bunch that are available for free, and you would just have to click here. But that's if you want to use a template. You don't even need to use a template. You can use a blank template and do whatever you want to do, because they have drag and drop. And if you want, I don't even think I need to. I was going to click on a new one, but I don't want to. Let me just show you that there's this stuff available. To start building a page, all you have to do is, create a blank page and choose a block that you want to start. And they have all kinds of templates available in here for everybody. So say you're just starting to build out your offer page and you want to do like a header up here like this. All you would have to do is come down to headers, click on that, and choose one that you want to start with. All right. Now Ash decided to keep it super simple, so she just chose a solid color, and she chose that through the navigation bars. And she chose one of these and then changed the design of it. When she liked what she had, she saved it as her own template. Now whenever she creates a new page, she just has to click on this. So super simple. And they have so many different things for you to choose from in templates when you start with a blank page. And that's it. I mean, it's so simple to use. And really, that's the extent of it. You have your design blocks here. Once you use it, you have different elements you can put in with your head tags and all of this. And if you don't know what any of this means, don't worry, because again, we're going to be doing it one baby step at a time during our workshops. So we'll be going over each of these aspects as we build out your pages together. So really, that's about all I wanted to show you. The rest of this is going to be a little bit more advanced. Once you decide that you want to sell a coaching program or whatever through a webinar, you come in here and you do it in this section here, because it will make all these cool connections for you again within the system. Here's that pop-up stuff that I was telling you about, where we have all the different pop-ups that you can connect to the different images so you have a clean page. So that is about it. In here is settings, where you put some of your technical stuff. The site settings is where you could add built-in SEO information. And again, nothing for you to worry about now. It's just step by step. We're going to be building this together, but I did want to show you. The other thing that's really cool that I didn't mention is that it also allows you to look at each page you create on different devices. So again, this is customer experience. You want them to have a great experience regardless of whether they choose to do it on a desktop or on a mobile device. And we'll be talking about this as well, on how you can change certain parts by clicking this button off, and change just what your people on their cell phone sees as versus if they're on a desktop. So basically that's about it. I'm going to stop sharing my screen so we could just have a conversation again. And that is about it. So Becca, I'm not sure if we lost you with your actual beautiful face because of the fact that we were both recording. Yeah. So thank you for doing that. That's a really good thing to do to make it less intense for the software to do that. You are still on mute though. So
Yes, thank you.
so I hope that kind of was, not too, I don't want to give too much information all at once. So I hope that was an okay overview of how we're going to be going in here and doing the first step to getting your offers out to the world. So I don't know if you have any comments or questions yourself before we open it up.
No, that looked great. And just showing some of the the possibilities in there, and just also how straightforward it is. I think once someone becomes familiar with the setup, it's really easy to just get in and get right to work.
And I didn't mention this, but what I do like about the templates too is the templates, even if they're pro templates and you have a free account, you can still click on the viewing button so you could see how they have different things set up. And it kind of helps you get your creative ideas together. Like, oh, I like this, I like that, I like this, oh, I want that. Because the whole process of building your offer page or your website is so personal. Ash chose, she chose to keep hers relatively simple with the, just this bar here and then a couple of different sections. But there's so much you can do. You can put videos in the background of sections if you wanted to. You can have a completely clean page where everything in the background is white. So there's so much that you can do, and it's totally personal. And they just very easily give you that drag and drop capability for you to be able to do so.
Yeah, and speaking to that too, just whenever I've created a website, like one of my first things that I do is to see how things are presented in other places, what websites are out there that you do like, and you can use the templates exactly for that, like Cheryl's saying, to get ideas because it can seem kind of overwhelming. Where do I even begin? I have this blank page, blank canvas, or if you're a writer, it's like, oh no. But you don't need to start completely from scratch. So you can pull on the templates, but you can also just go to them to get a sense of what's the feel that I want to create on my site, and what are the key elements and components that I need to have on my site, or how I want to present my work and what I have to share. So even that part, the creative part, if you feel like, oh no, I'm not creative, how do I even translate any of this? It can be.
No need to recreate the wheel. You just have to find somebody that you want to model. And I do say model because you obviously never want to take somebody else's design and their work and, keep it for yourself, but to model something that you like is certainly a good thing to do, so you don't have to reinvent that wheel. Yeah. Okay. So I don't know, do we have any questions other than what we shared? Anything in the chat?
No, not at the moment.
Okay.
So
once again, we are going to be doing this for us to go over some additional things. The next time, let me get back over to, I know you can't see what I'm doing right now, but I'm looking at the dashboard again because I have to remind myself what I would like to talk about next. So the next step in that little 5-step thing that I mentioned earlier, after you have your offer, you need someplace where your website lives or your offer lives, which would be GroovePages and GrooveFunnels. The next thing is to be able to offer it for sale to your clients. And so that work is done in GrooveSell. So we're going to be looking at that in the next video. That is part 3 of our series for, what did we decide? I don't even remember what we decided to call this. We were calling it the
Groove Digital Series. Yeah.
All right. I didn't know if we were calling it Adventure or something like that. But that's the next step. It's the 3rd step in that 5-step sequence of getting your work out there to the world. And so we're going to be talking about GrooveSell in the next session. So until then, we shall see you next time. And Becca, maybe you could stop the video and we can continue to chat with some of the people that are on with us.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much, Cheryl. Thank you for sharing everything. And I look forward to our next session.